The following is a Thorf TV production brought to you in cooperation with Jack Thorfinson. Ladies and gentlemen, a very special holiday presentation. Mr. Holster and Jack's Thanksgiving. Brought to you live from Mr. Holster's ranch way up north near the Canadian border. Let's have a big round of applause for Jack Thorfinson. And here he comes, the turkey of the day, direct from the bar, Mr. Holster!
Jack, you're right. He always comes from a bar and he is a turkey.
That guy's the biggest. Hey, Jack, that's me, Mr. Holster. Howdy, Parge. Yeah, it's me, Mr. Holster. And Jack, happy Thanksgiving. Let's see what Jack got out for Thanksgiving. Oh, Redemption Rye, Jack. That is so nice of you. It really is. We're getting to the end of the bottle. And this one I know is my fault, Jack, because I really like this stuff. Let's see. It's 46% alcohol by volume. That makes it 92 proof. This is batch number 248. Pre-Prohibition Rye Revival. The Pre-Prohibition Rye. Okay, let's pop the top on this one, as Machine Gun Kelly would say. And it's a real cork. Smell that, baby. I'll let you have the first whiff. Oh, that is good. Let's take the old ranch shot glass. West Texas Dust. All things in moderation. Well, tonight we're not going to be too moderate because, yeah, it is Thanksgiving. We'll put it right at the Pecos line. That's not even a full shot. I think that's tolerable. All things in moderation. We'll put the cork back in this. Machine Gun Kelly can pop the top himself when he shows up. Let's get the Thanksgiving celebration started here tonight. Jack, you ready? To the sunny... sorry, Jack. I'm sorry, my apologies. To the sunny slopes of long ago. That didn't heat you up and cool you down all at the same time. Thank you, sir. Very good. Very, very good. I tell you, it's been quite a week, quite a day. Breakfast this morning. We had a great breakfast. Got up early, got a great breakfast. Right, Jack? Yeah. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. And I know that because if I don't make it to breakfast, if I don't get home by then, my wife is really angry. Yeah. So anyway, this morning when I got up, though, I was a little shaky. I was in pretty bad shape. I even had trouble shaving. I cut the mirror 3 times. But my wife, she has found a fantastic way to keep me at home at night. Yeah, she's adopted the bartender from the VFW. The other day, I went in to renew my driver's license, and the gal behind the counter, she looked at me and said, do you need glasses? And I said, why? Are we having a drink? But I want you to know, especially today, Thanksgiving, that Jack wants our show to be a family show. The kind of show you can bring your wife and your kid to a bar to watch. That's good monologue, Jack. Thank you. Yeah, good. Thanksgiving and everything. What? Oh, I'm supposed to sing that. Okay, I can do that. By the light of the silvery moon, I found my way to the corner saloon. That is a good one for me, Jack. Thank you. Well, I hope everybody's had a great Thanksgiving so far, and we're going to try and top it off with a little gun stuff. A little bit. Tonight, I thought I'd get out, and this is really not as much about the gun, but a little bit about the holster. But I got out my old Speed 6. Yeah, the one that uses these moon clips. And these moon clips have been loaded a long time. Back in the day, who is it that made these things? Ranch Products, wasn't it, Jack? Yeah. Ranch Products, I bought like 10,000 of these and loaded them so I never had to load them again. And I've still got a couple ammo cases full of moon clips that are preloaded. And I noticed these today, so I got them out for the show because these are like vintage vintage rounds here. They were good in the, well, they're still good, but in the day they were the things to carry. Silver tips, Winchester silver tips. Yeah, I got several of these out. But this gun uses moon clips, so it's a quick reload. So if you think the only way you can reload fast is with a semi-automatic, you're wrong. If you got a revolver that uses moon clips, and you're really good at it, you can do it almost as fast. Of course, the downside is, if it were semi-automatic, you could have a 15-round magazine versus just 6 rounds. So, yeah, so you're doing 3 reloads with that semi-automatic versus this one. But there are some people out there that can do these incredibly fast. So here we are. My gun, I've got Sandbar Stag grips, these old vintage grips, and I paid $86 for these. Yeah. Nowadays, I think they cost like twice that. They go back and forth, and every now and then, India doesn't allow Sandbar Stag to go out of the country, and they shoot up in value, and so they fluctuating for the last like 20 years. They've been going boom, 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 and actually, I think I paid less than that for this. That was what it was priced on the box. Yeah, and I think I bought them for, I think it was $65 or something, wasn't it, Jack? You remember that? You were with me that day. Remember, that was the day you bought that Colt Detectives model, the stainless steel one? And then you lost it in a poker game about 12 hours later. You remember that? Yeah, that gun would be worth so much money nowadays. You paid like $324 for it. It'd be worth like, I bet you it's over $1,000. Think of the poker games you could play with that. He's always losing his guns. Any rate, so I wanted to get this out. I'll give you a brief synopsis of this gun if I can. Really brief. This is a 9mm 6-shot Ruger revolver. These were built back in the late 70s and early 80s, and you had 3 types of 6 revolver. I call them the 6s, the 3 6s. One was a security 6. That one had adjustable sights. The other was a police service 6, which had fixed sights. And you know, the rule on that is really, that's the way they were supposed to be made. But Ruger, yeah, they'll make anything for anybody if they want them to. So there are police service 6 with adjustable sights. There's security 6s out there with fixed sights. And then you've got this, which is the Speed 6 that has fixed sights, but it's a little different than the other two because it's got more of a curved grip to it, where the other ones fan out more traditional, like a Colt single action Army would be, more wedge, triangular wedge than this. This has more rounded butt to it. And the first security 6 that came out was basically quite similar to this, and then they made the grip a little bigger with more of a point to it on the, I think, the second year. But when they made the Speed 6, they made it this way. So there you go. That's kind of that's a real brief synopsis. I do have a video out there somewhere where I dwell on the thing for a long time. If you want to go watch it, I'll try to find it and put a link right here if I can. If I can't, well, but I think I can. I'll try and see. At any rate, the reason I got this out, other than the fact it's kind of a unique gun because it's a 9mm revolver, which there aren't a lot of those that have been made over the years. And there's good and bad to the 9mm revolver. The good part is they use moon clips, so it's a faster reload. You can actually, if you practice, you can really reload these things pretty close to as fast as you can with a semi-automatic that has a 6-round magazine. You'd be surprised how fast, and all I got to do is go look at Jerry Micklick and see how fast he can do it. He's got the world's record for shooting a revolver with a reload faster. It was like 4 seconds or something, and he reloads. But at any rate, obviously you got to really, really practice to do it. But it could be done. But at any rate, the downside, let me put this down. Mr. Holster needs that hand. The downside to it is automatic rounds are really not crimped as well as revolver rounds. And if you don't get one that's got very good crimping on it, you run the risk that as you shoot this, the bullets kind of work their way out of the casing and jam up the cylinder. So you got to make sure you got good ammo. So if you think this is a cheap way to go because you can get cheap 9mm, you might find cheap 9mm. It's crimped well that works for you. I'm not saying you wouldn't, but I wouldn't depend on it. At any rate, the reason I got this out was I wanted to show you this holster because there are a couple places making this, and Italian firms making holsters like this now, and there's a place, Nevada Leather, I believe it's called. I'll put a link down below, that makes holsters like this. And this is an old, I mean old. This is like 30 years old. Well, somewhere in there. I guess we really don't want to figure out how old it actually is. Right, Jack? Right? Isn't that what you always say? I really don't want to remember how old that is, but I'll tell you the story. That's what he always says. At any rate, this thing is an old Safari Land, and these were great holsters. They have this elastic band at the top that pinches it to hold it in, and then the way they've built this, constructed the leather here, it wraps around the trigger guard. So when it's sitting like this, it's sitting on that ledge, and it really holds it in well. But when you want to deploy it, you just bring your hand up like this, and out it comes. Yeah, you really need to drop it down and bring it back up. But the holster, the gun then is sitting in a nice safe position. Well, you know, relatively safe. It's kind of pointed at your armpit, but it's not pointed at somebody behind you on the Don Johnson style. Yeah. Any rate, there are a couple firms that outfit the Italian outfit making them, but I'd just soon buy one from somebody here in America. The guy in the Nevada Leather, I think it's called Nevada Leather, but I'll put there's a link down below to it. They make a fantastic shoulder holster, actually. It really is. If you're carrying a revolver and want to have, and it makes a great backup gun in this rig. If you got a small gun like a Smith & Wesson 642, yeah, or a Ruger LCR, very lightweight, you won't even know it's there, and it gives you that last ditch backup gun. And you think it's kind of, well, it's got a shoulder holster, it's not really you won't even know it's there because the gun's so light. Yeah. Fantastic shoulder holster. And really a fantastic gun. It's an oldie but a goodie. A 6-round, 2 3/4 inch barrel. And it's a very nice shooting, accurate firearm. But I will admit that I just soon have a .357 Magnum any day of the week. Pretty much. Thought I'd share that with you today, and I'll also tell you that right now you can get a Ruger SP101 in a 5-shot with a moon clip in a 5-shot moon clip for 9mm. They are making that currently. And they're making it in an LCR if you want the lightweight version. And there's nothing wrong with that. You just got to make sure that 9mm you buy, those bullets aren't going to creep out of that casing as you shoot it. You find good ammo like that and you're good to go. There you go, guys. There's our Thanksgiving edition. Yeah, basically a sock show on Thanksgiving. Right, Jack? Yeah. Jack's kind of tuckered out. You had a big date last night, didn't you? Yeah, I saw her pick you up. She picked him up in a limousine. Do you mind me talking about it, Jack? Is that all right? It's okay? Yeah. She picked him up in a Cadillac. Yeah, a beautiful Cadillac limousine. And is that hers? It really is? Her dad's. Oh, there you go. Her dad's. Yeah, her dad's limousine. But seriously, 1959 limo. Oh my God, Jack. Do you have any idea? Apparently, the whole thing had been redone inside. Jack said you got in the inside of it. It was like you wouldn't. It was like brand new electronics. Had a bar, a rotating bar. Can you believe that? Yeah. Apparently, she pushed a button and this bar came from the center console back, and it had, what did it have in there, Jack? You said it had whiskey and rye and scotch. What else? You said it, gin and vodka. So it had everything. Yeah, and apparently just by button it rotates. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think you got to find your. Oh yeah, I didn't. Can I talk about what she looked like, Jack? Can I? Oh come on. Thank you. She had to be 6'2" at least. Oh my God, blonde hair, and I'm talking real blonde hair, and her figure. Jack, last night I was truly impressed. I mean, I've seen a lot of gorgeous women, and even the one that with the Ferrari, the older one. Yeah, she was really old. She was like, what was she with, Jack? She was like, I think she was like, what? He said he actually got a hold of her driver's license, and he doesn't want to talk about it. And she was still a looker. I bet in the day, Jack, she was something else. He misses that Ferrari so much. Well, there you go, guys. There's the Thanksgiving show, and that's 16 minutes and 30 seconds of your life you'll never, ever get back again. 16 minutes and 30 seconds of Thanksgiving 2017 you'll never get back again. I know, right? From Mr. Holster and Jack, have a great Thanksgiving. And remember, when you go out tomorrow, go out and stay safe.